On this episode of JK Gear and Gadgets, we're taking the Gladiator back out on the trails to test it out with 35s. So welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to another video. I think I pretty much explained exactly what we're doing. Little backstory, about a month ago, we took the Gladiator out stock. The same trails we're going on today, and it's time to test it out with the lift kit, with 35s. And what else? Hey, Cass, what else did we say we needed last time?
We need to throw a lift, 35s, and floor mats. So we needed a lift kit, we needed 35s, and we needed floor mats.
Floor mats, yes, because today is extremely muddy. Every time we come out here, there's a lot of mud. But let's go ahead.
It's good to test out if what we said we needed to make this thing trail-worthy.
Trail-worthy. We are ready to hit the trails now. These
floor mats and the window tint.
Window tint, yes, we tinted the windows. All right, so this was big on our list. It was one of the 3 things that we said last time we were here testing out the Jeep stock. We were like, what do we need before we come out here? And this was on the list. So let's go ahead and get these in. These are the Best Top floor liners. Floor mats. Man, who calls them floor liners? Is that like a yuppie thing? Yep. The floor liners molded. Hopefully you've been subscribed to the channel and been watching the past videos, but we stole the 35s from the LJ. They are the Yokohama Geolandars. We put on the front 1.5-inch leveling kit from Teraflex and also made the switch to their Falcon shocks, which ride amazing.
They do. They're girl approved.
They're girl approved. They're nice. They are beautiful shocks and they just ride amazing. And then this morning we made the install of the Best Top Sunrider. So it's awesome that we can have the open air experience today, even though it's gonna rain soon. So super easy to fold in and out, but I'm talking way too long. Let's get these floor liners installed and go hit the trails and have some fun and see how well the Jeep Gladiator can actually do off-road with 35s. Let's get started. Well, I came over to, watch you install these and she's already done. Looks good.
They do.
The most critical upgrade to an off-road build. Nice floor mats. That's nice.
Just like that.
Look really nice.
Wait,
did we read the instructions? So we found out that...
Yes, let's see.
We didn't read the instructions, so we found out that on the Best Top Sunrider kit, we needed goggles. And in here, crap, that was supposed to take us 15 minutes. And we were supposed to use a vacuum cleaner to install these. Oh, we messed up. Oh well, they're not gonna work now. We can blame it on ourselves, but we will save these. I see a lot of people trying to sell stock takeoff parts for a lot of money. They're not worth that much. But if you wanna buy these OEM Mopar Rubicon floor mats in a Best Top box, message me. $85. Let's go hit the trails.
That was good.
Let's go hit the trails. Oh, they're already.
Oh no, they're already
you ruined
dirty.
them. You ruined them.
I know.
Man, people are probably watching this video like, oh, what a bunch of
yuppies.
What a bunch of yuppies. They're taking their Jeep off-road and worry about floor mats. Guys, it's a brand new Jeep. Of course, we're gonna treat it right. But first, we're gonna go off-roading and rub the belly on rocks.
Yeah.
Toyota owners. He wants to be a Jeep. Does he know about the Best Top Sunrider?
Here we go. Here we rub. Oh. We touched, but we did not rub, and that was a big one.
That was a bigger one.
That was fairly, let's see, look, we got another one. Wow, we are clearing 2 humps.
All right, here's another one. Wow. Last time we were here, those 3 bumps, we rubbed the frame really bad on every single one. Now, we did go up from 33s to 35s, which is a 2-inch difference. However, it only gives us 1 inch of ground clearance. We also did add the 1.5-inch Teraflex Leveling Kit, which only brings up the front, but that brings the front up to 2.5 inches of extra clearance, which I guess makes the difference of a little bit. How deep is this puddle?
I can't believe you made me record this.
You never know, like if you weren't recording it was gonna be super deep.
Look at that mud.
think I'm hitting my rear axle, but
I don't see anything back there being hit.
oh, Dad, this is what I did. I don't know if this thing will be able to do this.
That was a rock.
Yeah, I think it's in the spare tire.
It's just too muddy. You're good in the front.
There you go. You gotta clear those tires. Get that mud out. I love your videos, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Yep. Yep.
After trying the harder line multiple times, it was clear that it was just a little too muddy and it was getting pretty slick, so we decided to take the bypass to continue on.
Alright. The last obstacle was already pretty difficult because the clay has just caked around Ben's tires. When it's dry, it's normally a piece of cake. Now we have another hill right here. I'm really excited to see how the Gladiator performs on this one. Got the same type of rocks, some ruts. See if he can keep his momentum. Up, there we go. I am impressed. From the bottom, it did not look like it was gonna be that easy.
We're on Daniel. We did this trail when the Jeep was completely stock. However, now with the mud being wet and rocks and hilly, I think we're really gonna need to push the Jeep. The 35s are definitely coming to play. I just wanna say that because I know a lot of people, if they watch the video with this stock and now they're watching this, you're running the same trails. But the difference is that it's been raining for the past 2 days and the ground is really wet. So hopefully we can make it up this, we'll see.
You know, I think I'm having a harder time walking up these hills in my Crocs than you are climbing them in the Gladiator.
I will admit, Crocs are not the best for mud. Those things are cake. Oh, I'm sorry.
I think I'm impressed. Did you go up that easy in the 33s?
I don't remember. Oh, lady down.
Saved it.
Oh.
I need lockers. No traction.
I think this is gonna be one of the last places we play around on because it's 2:30. We got to get back and hang out with the kids. You're a special lady. You're a special lady.
I almost missed the shot. There it goes.
All right, we're gonna give this hill one more shot on a different line, but it's starting to rain, so it's gonna start getting more difficult. And now, I can finally be a cool kid. All right, guys, we're pretty much done for the day. It's starting to rain. It's already 3 o'clock. We got to get home and watch the kids. So we're heading back down the backside of Daniel. But there's one thing I want to show you, the downhill assist. So we're going to press this button right here and put our shifter over in manual mode, just like that. Now up here in the right-hand corner of the screen, we can see our speed. So right now it's 0.6. What we're going to do is let our foot off the brake, and it's going to let us go down this hill, and it's going to brake automatically for us. As you can tell, we are just barely creeping along. I personally don't like it, but Cassie thinks it's cool. Would you actually use this?
I don't know. I mean, no. I would like to have it in case like I was so uncomfortable that I actually needed it. I've never like been in a vehicle that has downhill assist before, so it's kind of just neat seeing what it actually does, but I don't think I would use it on the regular.
No, it reminds me a lot of the Toyota's crawl control. You know, of course, it's completely different, but it takes one aspect out. You know, so if we're going down a really, really crazy downhill section, we can pay attention to our line and not worry too much about braking. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and bump the speed up a little bit because this is a little crazy. If we wanna go a little bit faster on the shifter, we are just gonna push the plus sign. So now we're going 1.2 mile an hour. If you wanna go a little faster, we'll bump it up to 1.8. Now, if we hit the brakes, it stops, yeah, but it does not cancel it. So it's not like a cruise control feature where you manually, you know, take over and override. So it's something to think about and just remember when you're using this. I'm gonna use it for the rest of the way down. Let's go ahead and bump up the speed a little bit. We'll go 3 miles an hour, which this is probably how I would go down the hill. See how the Jeep reacts to it. I'm not a fan of it.
Bumpy footage, sorry guys.
Yeah. And to get out of it, we have to go ahead and push the button again. And as you can tell, we're back downhill. All right. Well, we're back home, and personally, I think the Jeep did amazing off-road. It was a lot of fun. I will let you decide for yourself because I know everybody has their own opinions on what off-roading is. You know, to some people, what we just did was pretty hardcore. And to other people like me, realize that, you know, honestly, that was just kind of easy trails. But it is so much fun wheeling in this truck. Yeah, it's completely different than wheeling in the JK with 40s and tons. It's just a different feeling. I really do like it. Now, we're gonna go through a real quick 35 review on the Gladiator because this is actually gonna be one of the last times that you're gonna see it on 35s. We are moving to 37s, but I'm really, really glad that we started off on 35 so I could get a feel for it, see how I liked it, and I could give you guys a good review. So we're gonna start off very simple. Personally, first thing, looks. This just looks right. It's very, it just flows so well. It's not lifted sky high, the tires don't look massive, and it really does give the Jeep a sporty look. And another great thing about not having a huge lift is that it's actually pretty affordable to slap on some 35s. On the Rubicon, I would recommend doing at least a front spacer lift so we get a little more wheel travel up there when we're flexing. We're not gonna have to worry about rubbing everywhere. And it just definitely does look really nice. So it's a lot cheaper to go to 35s opposed to 37s or 40s. And like I already mentioned, I think it looks great. Now on the JK40s, that just looks completely right. But on the Gladiators, I think it looks a little bit funny when they're running, you know, 4 to 6 inches of lift and 40s on it. I don't know. I think this truck just looks so sleek how it is. Now, on to the second thing, performance. With 35s and everything else pretty much stock, it still performs well. Our fuel economy only dropped about 1 to 2 miles per gallon, and that's gonna depend on what wheel and tire setup you go with. If you have a really heavy setup, it's gonna drop a little bit more. But as for performance, the power's still there. It has no issue turning these at all. Braking is still good. We have no problems turning this off-road. You know, our steering setup isn't, you know, really struggling to turn these. And that's the issue when we're moving up to 37s. We're gonna have to do a lot more upgrades and really strengthen this Jeep up to handle that bigger tire and the bigger weight. But overall, 35s on this thing still retains a bunch of the daily drivability. The power's there, and overall, it's still a very soft and fun ride. So, do I recommend 35s, whether it's a Jeep Gladiator or a Wrangler? To somebody that's new to off-roading, is not really sure if they want to become, you know, a hardcore rock crawler, or if it's going to be, you know, a mixed duty Jeep, I would honestly recommend start off at 35s, have some fun with it, learn what you want to expect out of the Jeep, And then in the future, you might say, oh, I want to bump up to 37s. Personally, the only reason I threw 35s on there was to do a review like this, to show you guys how it works on 35s. And I mean, I was curious, what does this look, how does it do on 35s? And it did pretty good for what it is. No, it's not going to be a hardcore rock crawler. What it is going to be is a fun vehicle to drive around, multi-purpose, and still handle some tough trails when you throw it at them. So we actually have some 37s going on in the next video. Stay tuned for that. And this is going to be the last time that this Jeep is on 35s. So I hope you guys are excited. I'm stoked to throw 37s on here and see how it works and see how it handles. Now, one big thing, a lot of people were commenting, and it's like people are almost getting mad at me. They're like, oh, Ben, well, you didn't recalibrate your speedometer for 35s. Yes, that is one thing you'll need to do. Everybody is saying, oh, all you gotta do is go to the dealership and pay 150 bucks. That is stupid. Don't go to the dealership and pay $150 for them to hook up the computer once, scan it, and send you on your way within 5 minutes. Now, if I was gonna keep 35s forever and never change it, maybe that might be a possibility. However, what I would recommend doing is getting an aftermarket programmer from Z Automotive. This is the Taser JL. I'm gonna do a full video just on this, on what this can do. With this little guy right here, we can clear our TPMS lights. We can change our tire size. If we re-gear, we can reprogram that. And there's so many other features this thing has. Granted, it is about 350 bucks, but it can do so much more. And we're not limited to just dropping this off at the dealer one time, paying 150 bucks, and that's it. So honestly, don't go to the dealer and pay $150 to get your tire size inputted into the computer. Get an aftermarket programmer, and honestly, spend the extra money to get one that you can do other changes with. This thing is awesome, and in future videos, I'm gonna show you exactly what all it can do other than just tire size. So I know I'm rambling on, guys, but the 35s have been fun on the Gladiator. It is time to move up to something bigger. Thanks for watching. Like always, smash the thumbs up button. Go down to the comments. Let me know how you think this looks. I love it. This is like personally, I think this is gonna be my most favorite look of this build. It's so simple, it's so clean, and it just works. But we gotta go bigger, we gotta go better, and it's gonna happen. So thanks for watching, guys. Until the next video, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. Peace.